Good morning, all. Welcome to the lecture series on application development using Python, Module 3, lecture number 19. Content covered in this lecture are case insensitive matching, substituting strings with the sub method, managing complex regular expressions, combining two methods which are used to ignore case sensitivity, followed by matching new line character, and in a regular expression it is possible to include comment lines, so which is possible with the help of this method. So finally we are going to study a project. So name of that project is phone number and email extractor. Coming to learning outcome, at the end of this lecture student will have a better understanding of how to make use of different categories of patterns in a regular expressions. The content covered in this lecture will be depends upon Bloom's taxonomy level 2, which is understanding. Content covered in a previous lecture are, so last class we have studied greedy and non-greedy matching. Okay, the main difference between greedy and non-greedy by default, so regular expressions are going to match with respect to greedy fashion. That means, so particular pattern is going to match longest possible text. So after that we have studied what is the difference between basic difference between find all and search method. So search method, limitation of search method, it is going to match with only one possibility or first occurrence of the possibility. It is not going to list out rest of the matched possibility, but using find all we are going to match all possibility of matching. After that we have studied character class, how to create our own character class, and what is the use of caret and dollar symbol. Finally wildcard characters. So after even we have studied matching everything with the dot star and matching new line along with dot character. Let us start with today's topic. In that first one is case insensitive matching. Normally regular expressions match text with the exact casing what we are going to specify. Let us take few example here. So here in a regular expression 1 I have mentioned Robocop. So this pattern, in this pattern R is capital, even C is also capital. So it is going to match with a text in which R should be capital, C should be capital. This is first case. In second case, so all letters in this pattern all are capital letter, but in next case again O is only capital. In last case only R and O are capital. And when we look at these four regular expressions, so these four regular expressions are going to match with completely four different string. Okay, so to make regular expressions case insensitive, so we can pass this RE one method. Okay, so regular expression ignore case method or RE dot I as a second argument to compile method. So once we pass these two, either any of the one, okay, as the second parameter to compile, it is going to ignore the, or it will makes case insensitive. So on that case, let us take one simple example here. So we have created a regular expression object here. In that we have mentioned a pattern. In that pattern, so we have passed a pattern. That pattern is Robocop, and we have passed a second argument. Second argument is RE dot I. So here it is going to so this pattern become case insensitive. So the searched string, so this text, okay, so that consisting of Robocop. So in this first word R is capital, B is also capital, C is also capital, but in the pattern what we have mentioned, so it will not contain any capital letters. Even though it will not contain any capital, it is going to map with this. So this is possible because of case insensitive. We have made a regular expression as a case insensitive. In next case, so here even all letters are capital. Even though all letters are capital, it is going to map. In last case, so here, so it is the exact matching. What we have mentioned is lowercase, here also lowercase. So here it is going to match and it is going to return. So moving to next concept, substituting strings with the sub method. So a regular expression cannot only find text patterns but can also substitute new text in a place of those patterns. So this sub method or substitution method for a regular expression object is passed with the two arguments. In that first argument, which is going to represent a string to replace any matches. So it is going to represent first argument. It is going to represent a string, and which is going to replace any number of matches from the passed string. And second one is a string for a regular expression. So second argument that represents string for a regular expression. So finally this sub method is going to return a string with substitution applied. Let us take one simple example here. So here we have created a regular expression object by executing compile method. So first we have mentioned here agent. So whenever it is going to match with this pattern, okay, so after that we have mentioned this W plus. So the word which follows agent is going to replace. So that is going to replace with first argument what we have mentioned. So first argument for sub, what it represent? It represent a string to replace any matches. So this string is going to replace with any number of matches. So censored. So whenever it is going to map with agent followed by agent name, so agent word followed by or agent pattern followed by his name, it should be replaced with censored. So the passed string. So this is a passed string. So from this, yes, it is going to map with this agent alias. So it is substituted with censored. Similarly, agent Bob, even it is going to map with this pattern. Agent word followed by one or more letters. So that is going to map with this. So on that case, so agent Bob is also replaced by censored. So here we are making it encryption. So we are just hiding the agent names, or we are substituting agent names. Next, sometime we may need to use this matched text itself as a part of substitution. Let us take one example here. So first argument to a sub method, it may be of type so \1 or \2 or \3 or so on. So to this represent, enter the text of the group either 1 or 2 or 3 or so on in the substitution. Let us take one simple example here. So here we want to censor the names of a secret agent. That means we want to hide the names of secret agent, or we want to encrypt the names of secret agent by showing just their first letter of their names. So agent name first letter will be shown. So rest of the letters will be replaced with star. So in order to perform this, so we can use a regular expression. We can use a regular expression, or we can use a pattern. In that pattern, first it include a word agent followed by this. So after that, so this will be replaced by, so what we have mentioned here. So for the first sub method, we have passed first argument. So this \1, 2, 3, so on. Okay, so this will be substituted. So the for this pattern matching, so this will be substituted with this as a first argument to the sub, and this \1 in that string will be replaced by whatever the text matched by the group 1, that is this. So \w group of the regular expression. Let us take one simple example here. So first we are creating a pattern here. So this is what we have mentioned, pattern. So that in that pattern that says, okay, if the text is starting with agent, if a text is starting with agent, so it should be replaced by, okay, so star 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 apart from his first letter from his name. So first we have created a object. Using that object we are calling a sub method in that first argument. So first argument is this. So for the matched text, it is going to replace with this first argument what we have mentioned. So when we look at this string, yes, this string is starting from here to here. So first two words are mapping. So when first two words are mapping, so gent allies, so this will be replaced with 4 star. As I told, agent name, from the agent name first letter will be appeared, which is appeared here. So rest of his name will be replaced with 4 star. After that, so it is told is not matching. After that, agent, okay, so agent Carol. So again, so from agent Carol, so this is C will appear. So rest of the AROL is going to replace with 4 star. After that, that. So after that, that is going to appear here. Again, next one more. So agent name is Eve. E is going to appear in output screen, and this V is replaced by again 4 star. Again new appears as it is. Again one more agent name is Bob. So again that agent is going to not appear, only Bob in that first letter is going to appear in output screen. So rest of the 2 characters are replaced with the 4 stars. So was a double agent. So this is how substitution is going to happen. Next, managing complex regular expressions. So matching complicated text pattern might require long and convoluted regular expressions. If a text is very simple, we can use normal regular expressions. But if the text is complicated, okay, or matching complicated text pattern, it requires so larger regular expressions. So in order to solve this problem, we are going to use a function. Name of that function is compile, to ignore white spaces and comments inside the regular expression string. So in order to ignore this string, we are going to use one mode. Name of that mode is verbose mode. So that allows us to pass a variable, okay, so or this can be enabled. So this mode can be enabled by passing a variable this, or we are going to pass this method, verbose method, and this method is present in regular expression module. So we are passing this as a second argument to compile. On that case, once we pass this, so it is going to ignore white space as well as comments inside the regular expression string. So here we have written regular expression continuously. It is very hard to read such type of regular expression. So in order to understand it properly, what we will do, so inside the regular expressions we are going to use comments. Even we can use spaces also, and those spaces and these comment lines are possible because of this mode which we have passed as a second argument for compile. So without using the second argument, it is not possible for us to write this pattern in a separate lines. So we can spread the regular expression what we have written it continuously over multiple lines with a comment lines, which is possible with the help of verbose mode. Now we are going to learn how to combine this regular expression ignoring case and matching. So dot all is a method which is going to map with even new line character. So generally dot is not going to map with new line character, but if we use dot all, it is going to even map with that. So after that, if you want to use comment line within regular expressions, we have to use this method. So when we want to use this mode to write a comment within a regular expression, okay, we can use it directly by passing it to compile. So for the compile, we have passed this, but limitation of compile. So compile method will take only one argument. So compile will take only one argument as a second one. Okay, so apart from mention pattern, but apart from this verbose mode, even we want to include this also. We want to even ignore capitalization. So on that case, when we want to include more than one methods in a second parameter, on that case we are going to use a pipe character. Okay, so for that, pipe character will allow us to use more than one methods in the second parameter for the compile. So for that, pipe character is also known as a bitwise OR operator. Let us take one simple example. So if we want a regular expression that is case insensitive and it includes new lines to match dot character, so we would form our compile method. Okay, so we can form that compile method as follows, or compile method call as follows. So here I am using these two as a second argument. So whenever we are using pipeline, we can use more than one methods. Even it is possible for us to make use of 3 methods also using pipeline. There is no limitations here, but all methods should be separated by pipeline. Now coming to last topic of this lecture, which is a project. So in this project, we are extracting phone number and email address from a given or particular web page. Let us assume, say I have assigned a boring task of finding every phone number and email address from a long web page or a particular document. So when you are doing it manually, so you have to go through that page, or you have to scroll through that page, and doing this task takes more time. Okay, you might be end up searching for a long time. So when you are searching manually, so from a larger document, obviously it is going to take more time. So in order to save time, or in order to make this task very simple, what you will do, you will write a particular program. So for that program, you are going to provide an input as that document. From that document, it is going to search, or it is going to retrieve phone number and address. So writing a program is much easier task compared to finding so phone number, email from a larger document. So when you are writing that particular program, it could replace the text on the clipboard with a just phone number and email address it finds. So finally, what is the expected from that particular project or program? So finally, it should display a list of phone number followed by email addresses. So let's take one simple example. Phone number. Okay, phone number, email addresses extractor will need to do the following. The project what you are going to write. So it should perform following tasks. So first task is get the text from the clipboard. So clipboard, or from the particular document. From the particular document, we are going to copy the data into clipboard. So the project which we are going to write, or program which we are going to write, it should copy the content from clipboard. So once it copy the content from clipboard, next it has to search for phone number and email addresses in that particular text. Finally, after retrieving, once again it has to copy back or paste back the searched phone number and email addresses to the clipboard. Now you can start thinking about how this might work in a code. So the code which we are going to write must follow the following. So in order to get the text from the keyboard, so we have to use one module. The name of that module is Paperclip, which allow us to perform copy and paste operation. So after that we have to create two regular expression, one regular expression for phone number, another regular expression for email addresses. So finally, so it has to find all matches, not only just first match, okay, of which are related to both regular expression. So after matching, so it has to neatly format the match string into a single string to paste. So for that purpose we are going to use a function which is joining. So when it is going to map with multiple phone number or multiple email addresses, so using Paperclip copy operation, it is not possible for us to copy a different one. Okay, in order to copy, it should be a single string for copy and paste operation. Because of that reason, we are in our program we are going to use join method. So finally, it should display some kind of messages if no matches were found in the text. For a moment, assume that the document which we have provided or the text which we have copied to clipboard, it is not going to have any kind of a phone number or email addresses. On that case, it should display no matches were found in the given text. So these steps that that shows the roadmap of the roadmap of this project. So in this project, first step is to create a regular expression for the phone number. So in this project we are making use of few functions, so few methods like compile, okay, verbose. So all these functions are present in a module called Paperclip. So all these functions are present in a module called regular expression, which is RE. So before making use of these functions, you supposed to import that module first. And even in this project we are making use of copy and paste operation. For that purpose we have to import Paperclip module. Once we imported these two modules, so next thing, we supposed to write a regular expression, or we have to create a regular expression that has to map with a phone number. So here we are creating a regular expression. So this phone number, so phone number will begins with an optional area code. So when I said optional, we are going to use a special character which is question mark. So the area code group is followed with a question mark because it is optional. Since area code can be just 3 digits, that is this, it contains 3 digits or sometime, so those 3 digits are within parentheses. So when we are going to mention area code within parentheses, on that case, so we are using this. Sometime we may write numbers without parenthesis 555, or sometime we are going to use with parenthesis. So these are the two forms for the area code. So either it may be in this form or in this form. Because of that reason, again I am using pipeline here. So that pipeline that joins those two parts. So next we can add a comment here. So adding a comment is possible because of this verbose. So next, this phone number. So phone number is a separator character. Okay, so separator character may be either space, or it may be a hyphen or period. Okay, so in a phone number, so first area code and next main phone number may be separated with a space, or it may be separated with a hyphen, or it may be separated with a dot. Because of that reason, again here also we are using pipeline. So next, few parts of the regular expressions are straightforward. That means, so next after this, it is going to have 3 digits followed by another separator, followed by another separator, followed by 4 digits, and last part. So coming to this last part is an optional extension which is made up of any number of spaces. So any number of spaces that is represented with /s followed by star. star means 0 or more. So after that, extension. So extension may be ext or ex or ext dot. So followed by 2 or 5 digits. So which we have mentioned here. Okay. So here we have successfully created regular expression for the phone number. So this is first step. In a second step, so we have to create a regular expression for even email ID. In next step, we have to find all matches, and we have to find all matches from the clipboard text. So finally, we have to copy the result into the clipboard. These are the next step. So moving to second step, we have to create a regular expression for email addresses. So here we are creating a regular expression for email addresses. So initially we have mentioned here, so we have used here character class. Character class means when we are going to mention some special character within square bracket. For that we call it as character class. So username may have lowercase letters or uppercase letter or digits, or it may include a dot, or it may include underscore, or it may include percentage or plus symbols or 1. It can have these letters either 1 or more. Okay, so username, that should not be blank. Because of that reason, here we are using plus. So after that, username followed by @ symbol. Again @ symbol followed by domain name. So compared to username, in a domain name we have made some restriction. It is not possible for us to make use of these symbols. Percentage plus percentage plus are not allowed here. So apart from that, we can make use of lowercase letter, uppercase letters, or digits, or dot and hyphen are allowed in case of domain name. So finally, in end, so again we can use a dot. Okay, so here we are hiding the special meaning of dot. So because of that reason, we are using \dot. So \dot, it may be followed by, so it is followed by lowercase letter or uppercase letter. So how many lowercase letter, uppercase letter? It may end with dot followed by 2 letters or 3 letters or 4 letter, which can be mentioned by using this range. So whenever we are going to mention a number within a pair of braces, here 2 to 4, so it is going to map with this character class, either 2 characters or 3 characters or 4 character. So this is how we have created a regular expression for email addresses. Moving to next step, find all matches in the clipboard text. So we are going to use this paste operation. Okay, so which is present in a paperclip module, and whatever we are pasting, okay, in a variable text, it is of the form string. So after taking, okay, so the content will be available in text. So whatever the text we have copied initially to a clipboard, so that will be available in text. After that, we are creating a empty list with a name matches. So it starts with empty list because initially no element will be there. So after that, for the email addresses, so for the email addresses, we append a group 0 of each match. For each match, we are going to append it to group 0. But for the matched phone numbers, in case of phone numbers, we don't want to just append it to group 0, while the program detects phone numbers in a several formats. So because of that reason, we have to use different groups. So we want the phone number appended to be a single standard format, okay, or it is going to map with several formats, and we want the phone number appended to be a single standard format. Because of that reason, we are using join here. And the phone num variable, so this phone number variable contain a string built from groups 1, 3, 5 and 8 of a matched text, and these matched texts are going to represent area code and first 3 digits, last 4 digits followed by extension. So after this, now we have to join the matches into a string for a clipboard. Okay, so already it has extracted a few email addresses and phone number as a list of string in a matches. Okay, so after that we want to put them on a clipboard, so we have to paste those content into a clipboard. So for that purpose we are going to use a method called Piper clip copy function, so which is going to take only a single string value. It is not going to take a list of strings. So for that purpose what we are going to use, we are going to call join method on matches. So on that case it will makes a single string. So once it makes a single string, so it will be copied to clipboard. So once it copied to clipboard, so this output is going to appear. If text what we have copied to a clipboard contain email addresses and phone numbers. For a moment assume that the text what we have copied to clipboard is not going to have any phone number and email addresses. On that case we are going to get this message. So no phone numbers or email addresses are found. So this makes end of this lecture. So here in this lecture we have studied how to make matching case insensitive. After that substituting string with sub method. So after that we have even studied how to manage complex regular expressions and how to combine more than one methods. So finally we have studied how to extract phone number and email addresses from the particular documents. Thank you.